Hey everyone, I'm literally so sorry in advance about the sound. I'm hoping it's not too echoey. I'm actually in my home gym here because it's the only place that I can escape my craziness and the chaos of my house. There's kids, there's friends, there's my house manager, it's all happening. So I thought that I would sneak down here and film the most perfect live on how do I manage the stress as an empath and a highly sensitive person of being a business owner, of building a business, of being an entrepreneur. I think the stress that a lot of us worry about is real. We're always having to worry about where the next client is going to come from, where the next paycheck going to come from. Am I going to be able to pay my rent? Am I going to be able to pay my bills? Am I going to be able to pay my team? Right? Like that comes with the territory. The good news is once you have a skill set and a strategy and you know exactly what works, a lot of that is alleviated. Like I don't ever worry about not being able to pay my team. I don't ever worry where the next clients are going to come from. I have such a solid system and I know how to do this so well that it's just not a concern of mine anymore. However, there are many other stresses that come with being an entrepreneur, and I think the stress in the first few years is definitely the biggest and the most real, and I think the most challenging because you don't have the systems yet in place. You don't know that your business is actually going to work for you. You don't have that proof. You don't have that evidence. You don't have the predictability, the sustainability, whereas I have such proof over the last however many years. I know exactly how much I'm going to bring in each month. So it's a different kind of stress. But in the beginning, there's that extra added stress. And then you've got a lot of you are also working a full-time job. You're also a mom. You're balancing kids at the same time. I know because I've been there. I was working full-time. I had a baby, a toddler. I was recovering from cancer. I know how it feels to be in those early stages of business. And it's just so much stress that sometimes you wonder if it's worth it. I will tell you, as someone who now has a multi-million-dollar company and is on the other side of all of that, building business, it is definitely worth it. Just, here are some tips on how to deal with it. One, hire a mentor, like whether it's me and my team and you jump into Soul Business Accelerator and you work with us for a year, do it, or whether it's someone else, do it. Like, don't do this alone. I would never be where I am right now if I didn't have a mentor. And it just feels so good to be able to reach out and ask a question. Even if it's like, hey, I'm feeling this, is this normal? Have someone that you can go to and someone that has been there and created what you want to create. Don't reinvent the wheel. Don't sit there and throw spaghetti at the wall to see what sticks. Like if you come in and work with us in Soul Business Accelerator, we have the roadmap. We know what works, what doesn't. We've been doing this for almost 10 years now. We have it so dialed in that you can come in, implement our strategy in a way that feels really soulful to you, right? Like it's different for everyone because we're all different. But utilize our strategy and allow us to help you build this thing. So you're not out there trying to figure this out on your own. We even troubleshoot with you. We can get you to consistent $8,000, $10,000 a month. Hire a mentor, whether it's me or someone else, hire a mentor, number one. That alleviates so much of the unnecessary stress. I will tell you, completely unnecessary stress. Number two, hire a mentor. I'm literally like the best thing that saves me is literally having someone to go to with all my questions and my stress and my problems. And because usually my mentors know exactly how to fix it and what's going on, and I fix it. And then I'm like, great, that's amazing. Number two is recognize that you're always going to have problems, and regardless of what's happening in your life, as you grow and expand and you're doing different and new things, your capacity to what you're able to hold and carry is also going to have to expand. Yeah, so life, we're always going to have problems. I would personally rather have the problems that I have with the time freedom and the money freedom that I have. I would much rather have these problems than, similar problems and be broke and be stressed about money and be worried about getting laid off and be getting laid off and worried about getting a job, right? I don't have any of that stuff to where I don't have to even worry about money anymore. So we're always going to have problems in life. I would rather have these kinds of problems than the other kinds of problems. So just tell yourself, remember what your why is and why you're building this thing in the first place, and really attach and align with that. And just remember that we always have problems, and your problems are going to get bigger and different and be more challenging as a business owner or an entrepreneur. But wouldn't you rather have these problems than the problems of being broke? 100%. So I always welcome my problems and my challenges, and I've learned over the years to grow through them. And a book that really kind of helped me with some of that is actually The Millionaire Mind by T. Harv Eker. I don't know if you know The Millionaire Mind or if you've read it. It's kind of a masculine book, I will tell you, but there's a lot of really great points in there, and that was one of those that I took from him. Number 3, I know that when you're building a business and working full time and you have kids, there is not much time alone. I still actually don't even really have a lot of alone time. But when I do have alone time, I do fully disconnect. And, when I was married, I would make sure that a couple days a month I was able to go up to the mountains and do a solo hike. And, there were, I scheduled periods of time where I was just away from life, away from everything. It's really important also as an entrepreneur to make sure you're taking a couple hours, even if it's just a couple hours a week, to yourself, because that's where your creativity is going to come from. That's where you're going to be able to connect with God, source, the divine spirit, and allow this work to really channel through you and to become that open vessel so that you're able to do the work here that you're meant to do. Those are my 3 probably biggest tips. I definitely make sure that I'm always eating really well. I don't drink alcohol. I eat really healthy for my energy levels and for my brain to fully function. And I always make sure that I'm moving my body. I have an in-home gym, but everything in here are things that I love, and I love to do the Peloton. Obviously in the summertime, I'm outside most of the time. I'm hiking and biking, I'm swimming laps in the pool. I'm doing yoga outside, but this is great for the winter. So I make sure that I move my body every day, and that's literally not for my physical fitness. That's a great benefit, but it's more for my mental and my emotional stability. I feel so much stronger when my body is strong. I think those are my top tips. It's just really important to recognize that your stress is going to be a little different when you're an entrepreneur or a business owner, but that's okay. Surround yourself with people who are also building a business. Get a community so that the people in your life are also doing similar things, right? We become and we are those 5 people who we hang out with the most. So if you don't have a close-knit circle of entrepreneurs, you can jump into Soul Business Accelerator, where you'll be around incredible women who are also building their businesses alongside of, working full time, being a mom, all that good stuff. And it just feels a lot more fun, a lot more carefree. The stress feels much lighter when you have a community that you're doing this with. So I personally hope to see you on the inside. You can just send me a DM or a comment here, and we can get you on a call with Claire or Allison or Angel, and see if Soul Business Accelerator is right for you.